Katie?
And welcome to the 22nd Killer Cats crew. This is the Talking Mouse. You have been warned. Take it away, girls.
Go ahead, Katie. You haven't been on in a while.
Alright. Hey everybody, this is Intoxicaty, sober Intoxicaty, so that's kind of weird. Welcome to episode 22 of the Killer Cats crew. Today it's just myself and the beautiful Chrissy, KP, and a very sleeping NKH. So yeah, welcome back, and it's nice to be back into the interwebs videos, and we're going to talk about some interesting stuff going on. Some Slayer! Right?
Slayer! Fucking Slayer, dude! That's all I heard all night long from the jarheads. Fucking Slayer. Fucking Slayer. So should I start with that?
Go for it.
Alright. Well, I was very excited to go see Slayer with Testament and Carcass tonight at the Myth in Maplewood, Minnesota, which is an okay venue. I'm not sure how many people it holds, but they completely oversold this show. It was way too packed. It was horrible. That was the horrible part. So it was too hot, way overpacked. I was excited to see Slayer because I just have a feeling that this is going to be the last go around for Tom Araya with his bad back, and obviously Jeff's gone. And now Dave Lombardo's gone, and who knows what Kerry King, the Gene Simmons of Slayer, will do after Tom is gone. But kind of had a discussion about that tonight while smoking, and some people think he'll try to continue it, and other people think that he's not that dumb. So who knows? And he's said some dumb things in the past, and we never know. We never know with Kerry King. So. But other than the oversold show, I missed Carcass because we didn't get there in time, and Testament was Testament, and they sounded great. I thought the sound was good. They just did their thrash thing, and the pit was going like crazy. Slayer came out. They had a good light show going, and Tom sounded really good. I was surprised. At some of the shows I'd been to before, he seems kind of tired, and he didn't seem that way tonight, so I was pleasantly surprised. And they did all their classics, and they did like 3 songs off the new album, which was surprising, as one of them wasn't very good. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head right now. But one of the other things I wanted to mention about this show was the price of merchandise. Nellie and I spoke about last week about how Orion from Behemoth was complaining about venues charging a fee for some bands to sell their merchandise, and it jacks up the prices, and that's how bands now are able to make money because nobody buys records, CDs, albums anymore. Whatever, but as soon as we walked in, looked at the t-shirts, all the t-shirts were $40. $40. And to me that's extreme. And the shirts weren't even that good. They look like action figure shirts. Way too colorful for Testament and Slayer, in my opinion. I'm very simple-minded when it comes to metal shirts, so I like the old school Slayer, Rain and Blood shirts, and black and red, and I was just surprised and was immediately turned off. And I came with cash and was ready to buy a last Slayer shirt, Repentless, and it's no way. I wasn't going to pay that much. And I hate to say it, I mean, I can find it online for a lot cheaper, and that sucks because I know that's how they're making their money. But I don't know if this venue charges for them guys to, Yeah. So that was my sticking point. But other than that, it was a great show. I don't know. You can chime in. I'll shut up for a minute. I've been rambling.
I wanted like I was bummed that I had to leave the. Oh, I have the best husband ever. I have whiskey and soda right now.
Yay!
I was
A
bummed I
Lemmy.
didn't. Yes, I got a Lemmy.
Me too.
To the podcast because I had to leave because going into illicit clubs and whatnot. When you guys were talking about the merch last week, I was like, fuck, I really want to talk about this because, like you mentioned, for Slayer, for them to have that expensive of shirts and to the point where they're at, they've been around forever, and like, yes, bands need to make money, but like, you know that they're making bank on all the shit that they've done forever now. Versus when I went to go see Toka, we were at the first show of the tour in Boston. All they had were hoodies at that time,
Mhm.
and they had 2 hoodies, and like they had like CDs and stuff. But the hoodie itself was like $45, which it's fucking Toka. I'm gonna buy it, which is fine. It's their first show. That's all they're making their money off of, so I'm gonna buy it. And then some asshole decides to fucking steal it from me
Ugh.
when I got like knocked out in the pit. Fucking pissed. So like I was out.
Which she didn't take part in. She was just affected by it. No mosh, no core, no fun.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. I was just
Which is
standing
usually
there.
what happens.
Yeah, it was one of those situations where you're standing there. Like I was up front for most of it, and it was actually getting the venue itself was that just like how you said for the Slayer show, it was just over. They sold out, and it was awesome. But up front, it was just getting a little bit too much. So I was just like, fuck it, I just want to watch the show. So I stood back in the safe area, and then got somebody's head to my face. So I was like, oops. And as people were helping me up and we were getting a water, we had put my sweatshirt on the bar, like under our arm, and somebody came by and snagged it from us, which sucked. But it's like, you know, as long as the band gets money, fuck it, whatever, because they need it. I mean, it's black metal, nobody's making money.
Right.
But for a band like Slayer, that's like they have T-shirts in every big retail store and like all this shit. It's like, come the fuck on, dude. Like, you do not need $40 T-shirts at your fucking merch. Like, that's fucking retarded.
Mhm.
That's just fuck you to your fans at that point.
I did complain about the Taki show when they came here. I don't know if you saw the episode last week when we were talking about it, but the T-shirts here were $25, and I was like,
Yeah, I heard that.
and
I mean-
for a hoodie to be $45, for me that's fine because it's a hoodie. It's thick. It's a lot more material. It's, you know, to me I would pay $45 for a Taki hoodie. That's because it's a hoodie. But
Yeah.
for a T-shirt, it was like, oh my god, that's so expensive to me, you know. So it was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, I could.
Like,
It's
you know.
about $2 more than like. I mean, from what I've noticed, it shows down here, and that's another thing I was going to talk about is the music situation down here in Austin. I mean, for the most part, shirts are like $15 to $20, sometimes 10. So it's like I could see a bigger band that's on tour jacking it up to like 25. But I mean, if I was doing that, it would be like, hey, if you buy a shirt for $25, here's like a sticker and a patch or whatever too.
right.
Money.
Another interesting thing I noticed tonight was the difference I noticed between the American crowds and the Norwegian crowds from Blastfest. I'm sorry, but Americans are fucking rude. And I have a problem with a lot of Slayer fans. I hate to say it. I'm an elitist. I can't help it. I walked in there with my Postum shirt and my Campfire hoodie, and I can guarantee you that 99% of the people there would have no clue who those bands were. And I like that because they're idiots. The majority of those people are jarheads, in my opinion. They walk in with their Affliction shirts on, and everything's fucking Slayer, dude, right in your ear. I don't know how many times I got shoved. I never got shoved over in Norway. They don't treat women like that over there. You know, they don't shove anybody. They don't plow through crowds. They're not, there's no reason to be as rude as these people were being, especially when it's that crowded. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I was pissed. I was pissed off, and when I get pissed off, then I start shoving people, and then I want to get in a fight, and my significant other doesn't like that very much. So, and it's easy to do when something like, Raining Blood is playing in the background, and but yeah, the difference in the crowds between Europe and here is astounding. And one thing, over at Blastfest, they don't pit. There's no pits. And here, of course, everything gets pitted. Take got pitted here in Minneapolis, and I don't know if they were surprised by that, or, because they didn't do that at Blastfest when they played. People just stand and they watch and they react, and that's it. And it's amazing to me because everything here gets a pit. It doesn't matter what it is, and yeah, I don't know. It's granted, I'm sure the bands like to see that reaction and get that much emotion out of people, but on the other hand, it's probably not what they're used to. So I don't know. It's hard to judge. I guess you'd have to ask a musician, but yeah, I was a little pissed off tonight. That's the one thing I hate about going to Slayer shows is fans. I know I bitched about that last time when I seen them in Milwaukee, and that was, I can't even remember the name of that stupid festival, but it was the same thing. It was just stupid Hunyuk rubes, and they're people that have probably started listening to Slayer at the last album, and like, whatever. I just can't deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like if you go to a bigger show like that, you're gonna have to deal with the fucking idiots. Like, we were talking about it. I'm probably gonna go back to my roots a little bit and go see the Marilyn Manson Slipknot tour like later, just because fuck it, like why not? But like I'm dreading going just because I know that there's gonna be so many fucking idiots there, man. Like it's gonna be so bad.
And beware, the prices on the Manson stuff is $45 for a shirt.
Yeah, like fuck that. I'm not gonna buy everything. Like that's just going just to do the whole like fuck it. What? Why not go? I mean,
Right.
As I don't listen.
I'd
to
go
them,
see them.
Like, they Slipknot put on a good fucking show. Like, talk as much shit about them as you want. Like, their show, they put on a fucking good show. So, I don't give a shit.
I have to give them shit because they're from Iowa, and I'm from
Yeah.
Minnesota. So there's a rivalry there,
That's like having a rivalry with like a highway, though.
I know, but
It's not even a
it's
sport.
it's just how it is. Minnesota and Iowa. So Slipknot's from Iowa, they get shit
Yeah,
from Minnesota.
Well, it just sucks anyway. It's like.
Down here, everybody like thinks Oklahoma. It's like a college football thing,
Yeah.
but Oklahoma doesn't. It's not really a thing. It's just kind of blank space.
Yeah, it's just, exactly. Speaking of down here, I mean, the music scene down here is pretty ridiculous. There's a lot of really fucking good bands. There's a lot of really shitty bands too.
There's just a lot of bands.
But there's just in general, there's like a shit ton of bands.
Yeah.
And I made an oops on my Instagram the other day, and I was drunk and trying to like support this band called Hexus. And when I typed it, I wrote Haxon, which is funny because Haxon's a band from up north, where we're from, up by like Providence and stuff. Oops. Those guys are really fucking good, and it was funny because like the first thing I noticed about them, their stickers are like in every fucking bar. Like they're these little black stickers with the Hexist. I will link it so you can't like fuck up my slurs, but that was the first thing I noticed is like there's stickers everywhere, and everywhere you go you always see stickers of bands, but you never see the bands. Like they're one of those bands I've already seen like 3 times now.
Yeah.
And they're really fucking good. They're a 3-piece.
Pure Venom worship. It's
Yeah,
great.
very much, and they're really awesome. There's a couple other ones.
Destroyer of Light is
Yes.
the best one.
Oh my god,
They're
check out Destroyer.
unbelievable.
I'm gonna link all these later, but
They're just a great old rock and roll band, like
Awesome.
really
Hendrix,
fucking good.
but more evil.
Yeah.
Band of Gypsies, like maybe some Santana in there a little bit, some Cactus or whatever.
Cactus.
Yeah.
fucking cactus. But yeah, so there's definitely a really awesome scene down here, and like, just everywhere you go, there's music, which is just fucking awesome. Also, everywhere you go, there's bars. Right now, you're at the beginning of South by Southwest, and the president was down here today, and like, that was annoying. Not to bring politics into our lovely little podcast,
It's not
but
even a political thing. It's
no,
just
it
like,
was just like hey, I'm gonna spend money on technology. But anyways, I got sidetracked. What were we talking about?
Bands in Texas.
Texas.
Tejas.
Yeah, so Austin's pretty fucking cool. I'm definitely gonna miss it. I kind of want to like bring everybody from like Boston that I like and like the good bands and stuff down here, because I feel like they all have the potential to thrive a lot more down here. Just because there's just so many shows, and people actually come out to the shows, which is cool. It's not like I've yet to be at a show down here where there's only like 5 or 10 people.
That's cool.
Which is really cool, you know.
I'll just list off Texas bands real quick.
Well, we can link them.
Morbus 666, Imprecation, Odd, Plutonian Shore, fucking
I'm gonna put you on the camera now.
fuck you. I'm out of bands already. Just everybody.
I'm going
go-
to quote our first guest. There's a lot of fucking band names.
Yeah, that's way too many.
So yeah, there's an amazing fucking scene down here. I'm definitely gonna miss it, but hopefully we'll get a couple of them up for the festival next year, because we're already starting that. That's fun.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see.
What
was
else?
I was gonna also plug a book thing that's coming out, but if you have something to talk about first, we can do that. So I'm not.
There's been zero news coming out of the metal world. Well, except for we should mention Emerson, Lake and Palmer. What's his name? Dave Emerson?
No,
I can't-
that's funny. That's my friend Dave Emerson. No, Keith. Is it Keith Emerson?
Yeah,
Keith
Yeah.
Emerson. Now they're
Random-
saying that he's is a suspected suicide, which is
Yep.
really sad.
Yep.
Because I mean, he's what, 71?
Yeah, it was
I mean,
a.
you're already at the end of your life, and you know. What?
It was a good. Sorry, we were over here discussing our yay for suicide thing. but it was,
I said it was a
Although,
good, great musician.
Yay, suicide! I get that, but someone like that with that's, I don't know.
So-
It seems sadder that he was that age and did it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Someone who's so
Yeah.
accomplished and was so well loved and I don't know.
yeah, it's
Talented.
probably
I mean,
reason
I don't know if he was sick. I haven't read a lot of the articles on it. I skimmed them today, and even though it happened yesterday, but and I just did Vocal Fry. So yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
the sad news that came out of the metal world. But other than that, there's not a lot of things going on. I mean, we could talk about the new Kitty documentary. I didn't know that they had been around long enough to have a documentary about themselves, but I was surprised I saw that. That's non-news. What else? You can always read about bands doing videos. That's some more non-news. I don't know. See, it's boring. There's nothing going on. We need some metal people to do something fantastic so that we have stuff to report on.
Yeah, and I need to fucking get TA on the podcast at some point. He said he wanted to do, which will be fun. And what are
Other metal news. Dragenda from formerly of Black Witchery passed away like last month, I think.
shit?
Yeah.
God
That
damn it.
sucks. More sad news. See, we don't need sad news.
Like, we good.
We need good metal news.
Car accident. Fucking dick.
Going dying and shit.
I actually mentioned that.
Oh, you did?
I think so
Okay.
at some point. Anyways, speaking of darkness, I get that's like the worst like interlude.
That was the single worst I have ever heard in my fucking life.
Well,
Darkness.
I'll let something else so I can go back and do it at a different time because that would have been.
Blackness.
Oh, I'm such a dick.
Noir.
That's the kind of segue
Shh.
So, anyways, there's an art book coming out called Darkadia.
that, like, Darkadia.
Whatever. What is it?
Darkadia.
My pronunciation's shitty.
Darkadia.
Yes. Let's see the short description that they have on the Facebook. A new multi-volume illustrated book featuring dark, esoteric, occult artists worldwide. 50 artists per tome in various art forms, including one spotlight artist per book. So they're going to be putting out more than just this one book.
It's pretty great. Their
There's-
spotlight artist this year is Vincent Castiglia, who's a famous student of
Yep.
H.R. Geiger.
And yeah,
Amazing.
they just signed on the one of the guys who did a bunch of work for like Star Wars and a bunch of stuff too.
Yep.
And then
Mastrovalos, guy behind Nora.
and
Maxime Ticardi, who does awesome blood artwork. Shit, they have a lot of fucking awesome people.
yeah,
And they made one fuck up in the lineup, and they got this drunk asshole who just makes stupid abstract shit on the toilet or whatever.
yeah.
But,
MK will be on there. A couple awesome people. The Mad Mask Man's gonna be on there. The guy who does all the awesome masks for people.
Mhm.
There's just a shit ton of people on there. So they're gonna be more announcing soon. I know one that's on there that's not on this list yet. That's gonna be really fucking awesome. So definitely check that out. We'll link it. They're still taking submissions for some artists and stuff too. So that'll be fun. Other than that, yeah. Hopefully, we will be able to finally announce the headliner for any Cosmic Music Fest soon.
That would be fantastic. Oh, fantastical.
Other than that, though, I mean, we have Telek Voin is going to be on there. We are going to have Chaotica there as well. That hasn't been like officially announced, but it's happening. That's just me waiting for the headliner to say yes, so we can release the new flyer that'll have stuff on there. Lariah, huge fucking shout out to that beautiful woman. She's been helping me out a lot with all sorts of stuff, including a whole bunch of new imagery for the festival, as well as coverage too. So Misanthropscene's gonna be helping us out a little bit too. So thank you everybody for the help because it's awesome. Other than that, man, I mean, I've just been living the life here down in Texas.
Drinking and whatnot.
Lots of drinking in it.
Lots of drinking.
There's a bar called the Lost Well that is like my second home down here. Or I guess my third home. It's so good. There's just skulls everywhere and like they're nice to you. Some, oh yeah. I know I'm forgetting something. I had the Archgoat tour is starting soon.
fuck yeah.
Let me see. Let me find the dates for that. Archgoat. I like how I just go to the one that Maroon's playing. Yeah, so Archgoat with Valkyria and Hellfire Death Cult is starting on the 18th in Philly. Then they're heading up to my hometown well, not town, but pretty much Boston, Somerville, Mass. At the Once Ballroom. Then they're hitting up St. Vitus and a bunch of other places. Let me see if they're coming up by you. I don't think
Are
they
they?
are. Let's see. Brooklyn, Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Rochester. They're doing Pontiac. Is that in Missouri? No, is that? What's MI?
Michigan.
Oh, yeah, so they're playing Michigan. I forgot Michigan was a state. So they're playing Michigan and then they're playing Illinois. That's the closest it's getting to you.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
How dare you skip Minneapolis?
What I've seen from this tour is a lot of the opening bands, like they have local support at each one, and a lot of them are really good so far. I will be at the Baltimore one with Murram on the 31st, so that should be fun. Other than that, waiting to hear the Marduk tour information that they posted a while ago. They should be coming over in September.
Good. I need a new shirt.
Yeah, I need a hoodie, and I need to hang out with Daniel. Oh, yeah. I've heard a lot of stories about Daniel and his friend Yef. Yef does a cast down.
Yes. I forgot those stories from Boston.
Yes, I've learned more. I've been listening to his their radio show. They have this radio show called Metal Enema, and it just totally fucking blows us away. Only because they have music though.
Yeah.
Like it would take us a while to do, but like they just do radio shows, so they have music. But some of the stories that they have are fucking great, and hopefully when Marta comes over, because of that, I'll maybe be able to hang out with Daniel. But
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I have a shout out,
yes, shout outs.
and that'll be the end of my ranting for the day. I was lucky enough to meet these guys on the plane from Bergen to Amsterdam after Blastfest, and they are a band called Dark End, and they're from Italy, and they're very melodic and almost orchestra-like black metal, and it's very good. Very not orchestra. What am I thinking? Symphonic. Would that be a proper word? Is that a word?
Symphonic.
Symphonic. But yeah, I met two of the guys from there, and they handed me this nifty flyer, and I don't know if you can see that or not. Dark End. They are on Facebook, and they it says for the new album, but it doesn't say when this came out. I don't think it's that new actually. But I just noticed since I started following them that they have some guest appearances from people coming up, and one of them is our lovely and talented friend Nicholas Carforth, and they are on. What does this say? Where did that go? We're so professional. It says The Canticle of Shadows on April 25th on Non-Servium Records. He will be featured on their upcoming opera. So that'll be interesting, since I love all the guest spots that he does with other bands.
Price too.
So check them out. I will link them guys, and they were very nice and whatever. So once again, if you don't like them, I don't give a shit. I do. So, and hey, they, like I said, they're friends with our friend, so that's always a plus. So check them out. Dark End from Italy. Nice guys.
I just checked out their page as you were talking. Looks like they have the vocalist from Rotting Christ going to be helping them out too. So
yes, that was the other one. Sorry, I'm like busy trying to scroll and read their flyer at the same time.
I was just trying to see if I missed anything, but it looks like we covered a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, shortened version. We're a little scatterbrained today. We didn't really plan this very well, and then our lovely third person, Nello, has an assignment due, so she's busy. That's why she's not. Oh, there she is. She made an appearance. But we can't hear her.
We cannot.
We cannot hear
Now
her.
you can.
Now we
This
can.
is the opera that I'm listening to while I'm trying to study mechanics and classic mechanics.
So everyone wish her well on her assignment while she's studying mechanics, so she gets an A. She must have an A.
I'll be okay with a C.
But we want her to get an A, so.
Absolutely.
So I think that's it. Unless you did a whole shit ton of shout outs tonight, so you probably don't need any more.
I don't think I
But,
can remember.
So yeah, hopefully in the future she can get TA out from Goat Whore. That would be a fun guest to have. He's fun to talk to.
Yeah,
He's very
he's-
knowledgeable and funny. So I like to visit with him when he comes up. So
Yeah.
it'd be fun to see him again.
Oh, sizzle.
And I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
In that case, we can call it a day or a night.
A morning. It's morning for all of us, so.
Morning. That's good.
Morning.
Yes, the cat's wishing you a good morning.
See ya, fuckers.
Later.